the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Shouting seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your spark, the dreamer who lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Tethered lights still flying high. You kiss the stars, but never say goodbye. Not even gravity can pull you down. You're the wild, the wave, the crown. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies.
See this scratch? Auto shops will easily charge you $2,000.
Now watch this. You can fix it easily.
In stars and dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Shouting seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who
Sports,
adores your
DC, what's going on? DC, New York, what's going on? All
dreamer
right.
who lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Turn the lights to flying high.
All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everyone, and how are we doing today? Uh-oh. There we go. I think that's it. We are ready to go. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Lucky, you're early tonight. Nice to see you, brother. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot. It is kind of boring. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But here's the thing. Dividend stocks have a tendency to be predictable, meaning they do the same thing over and over and over again. So why not jump in, jump out, jump in, jump, same thing. If a dividend stock's going to go up, I'm going to jump in. When it goes down, I'm going to jump out. Plain and simple. BD, I saw that. I ain't going to say it, but I saw it. Good evening. All right. Who is in the house tonight? All right. Who do we have over here? Nobody over there. Nobody over there. Nobody here yet. Oh, wait a minute. Forever Forgiven. The market is on sale right now. Thank you. Good evening, James. UEC. Ooh, that'll be the first one we take a look at tonight. UEC. I have no idea what it is, but UEC. What is it? Uranium Energy Corp. Interesting. We'll take a look at it. Hold on a second. That being said, who do we have over here? Over here. Who do we have? We have EZ561. What were your parents thinking when they named you EZ561? Benny, how you doing? Ash Cash, Near Edry, Webvom, Matt Long, Kelly Kirby, good evening. Duke. Okay. J Team Dirt Shack. Okay. Hollowy. Okay. Griff. Austin, nice to see you. El Toro Arcar. Austin. Robert P.A. Bob Simano. Okay. JJ, I see you there. Gijo. That guy. All right. Aramis Gaming, good evening. Fast Alley, Fine Aspect, G3, good evening. BD, what's going on? Okay, 29138, good evening. Mr. Allen, Thomas, what was that, Thomas? Fine Aspect, missed you. We'll take a look at it and you'll find out why I don't like it. Phil, Be Wise. Joe Schmo, booyah! Fine Aspect, bro doesn't read this chat. Now that's kind of weird because he says bro doesn't read. All right, whatever. Do you trade vertical calls and puts? Absolutely. Alexander, what's going on? All right, who do we have over here? Me Sign Guy. Okay, Webvom, good evening. Rachel, Jim Griffin, Ralph Rodriguez. Shannon, Kaz, my Erigy, okay, Good Vibes, Adventure, Jimmy Quest, Garway, Hushuk, Eatmo, okay, whatever, Buzz, Peter Street Food, Doug Potke, Aaron, Leo, Success Forex, Hayes, Golden Locks, Dr. Cliff, Me Sign Guy, jumping right in, why sell a lower strike price than you bought for? You lose money if called out. You only lose money if you agree to sell it for less than when you paid for it. I'm gonna touch on that question a little bit more. Learning every time I watch you live. DC, New York, way to go. Noah, how you doing? Admir's Gaming 4. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Sit tight. What about it? Well, how does international paper look? Ooh, we'll take a look at that one also. Summaries and settings. Okay. Johnny Ringo, me sign guy. Okay, thank you for that. Nodsgall. Okay, Nodsgall wants to take a look at Exxon Mobil. All right, Inspire. Okay, Exxon. We'll look. All right. Let's get the ball rolling. So, first on the list is going to be UEC. Who do we have here? Bread and Butter back again for more. Hold that thought. Okay, UEC. Let's take a gander. Now, I don't know what the company is. I'm just going to take a look at it because you guys are going to suggest stocks for me to take a look at. I'm going to take a look at them, and then I'm going to show you what I like, what I dislike. But you got to remember, what is the longest stock you keep holding if it goes opposite direction? Now, the longest I've ever held anything is 18 months, and that was Walgreens, just before they got bought out. Because if you remember, Walgreens is up, down, up, down, up, down. And during the pandemic, when old JoJo was in charge, people were just ransacking these places and stealing shit left and right. And then the administration didn't want to prosecute. So it's perfectly legal to steal up to $900 worth of stuff, and nobody did anything about it. So yeah, there were stores that really suffered from it. Walgreens was one. Macy's was another that I know of. CVS was another one also. People come in, steal shit, and just walk right out, and nobody does a thing. Well, that was before old Humpty Dumpty came in, and now he just don't play that game. So, Bloom Energy, we'll take a look at that one also. I'm having issues with those two cameras. That's okay. Let's back up a little bit. You guys just say hi. Tell me what you want to take a look at, and then we'll go from there. But you got to remember where I'm coming from. I'm 62. I'm retired. I don't work anymore. This is how I earn my living. Not from you guys. No, I don't get anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think last night I made 7 cents. Isn't that weird? 7 cents. That was it. Noah, sit tight. All right, so Netflix, we'll take a look at that also. Kohl's and American Airlines. Wait a minute, American Airlines, okay. Can I pay anybody's rent? Oh, Travis, don't do that. I mean, I appreciate you wanting to be happy and healthy, but don't be doing that kind of stuff here. All right, I'm going to sit tight for a second. First one we're going to look at is UEC. All right, let's take a gander at Uranium Energy Corporation. I've never heard of it, so I really don't know anything about it. So I'm just going to read the numbers and see what everything looks like. All right. Now, anytime I look at a chart, I always want to take a look at the 1 year first. The 1 year chart first. And then, Christina, thank you. I want to take a look at the 1 year chart first and then look at the other charts to see. And it only should take about 2 to 4 seconds. Now, what we're looking for is 5 things. And the 5 are right there, right in front of us. The high and the low. Where was it? Where is it? And where is it going? It should take you 2 to 4 seconds because it's not that difficult. That's it. Now, what am I looking for? Well, I don't want to buy at the high. And the low, I don't mind, but I want to have an idea of where is it compared to the high, compared to the low, and a rough idea of what direction it's going. Just a rough idea. It doesn't have to be pinpointed. 2 to 4 seconds, that's it. Then I want to take a look at the numbers because I got 5 simple rules. And rule number 5 is make sure all the numbers work. So what numbers are we looking at? 1147. 1147, 1147, 1147. The reason it's there 4 times, that's the last trade of the day, which means this number is going to be saved for eternity. Because someone's going to ask in 500 years from now, what did UEC close at today? That's the number. 11:47. So if I buy it at 11:47 tomorrow morning, I want to turn around and sell it. Take a look at service now. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Sit tight. When I buy it first thing in the morning, 11:47, I want to sell it using a simple trading strategy. It's simple, it's quick. I already know what all the numbers are going to be, and we're going to touch on that in a little bit, but hold tight because as the night progresses, everything's going to come together, kind of like a good movie. Everything comes together at the end, and the girl walks off with the guy into the sunset. Everybody's happy, and they live happily ever after. Yay! Okay, so 11:47, the closest strike price is going to be the 11:50. And here, the 1150 is going for 42. Well, that's over 3%. Think about it for a second. We're using elementary school math. Thank you, Mrs. Flagg, 1973, my third grade math teacher. 1% every single week is 52 weeks in a year. So 52 weeks in a year, 1% every single week should be 50% or more. It's an easy strategy. I created this for my 9-year-old daughter. Stores in Chicago are still suffering. Yeah, I see that, Mark. Okay, don't worry. Everything will come back around. What goes around comes around. Karma's a bitch, You do weird shit. What do they call that? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Some people are just going to be rude awakened. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. So, step 1, take a look at the chart. Step 2, we'll look at the numbers. Okay? Now, if everything looks good there, then we go and we dive deeper into the chart to see where is the stock going. Because knowing where the stock is going to go next, well, it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty damn close because we are, by nature, people that like to follow the leader, so to speak. So let's take a better look. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. That's what's doing over the last year. Now, all this, all here, doesn't mean crap because that was 6 months ago, 9 months ago, a year ago. All this telling me is what it's doing over the last year. Okay, fine. Let's zoom in a little tighter and look at the last 3 months, the last 90 days. So here's the last 90 days, and we're looking for the exact same thing. The top, the bottom, where was it, where is it, and where is it going? So unfortunately, as you see here, it's dropping. All right, let's zoom into the last 30 days, get a closer look. Okay, clear to see now. Up, down, up, down. So as much as you may like UEC, it's going to be a no for me. And the reason it's going to be a no for me is, here's your bottom. Now she's coming back down again. I don't like to buy things as they're dropping. I like to buy them when they hit the bottom and start going back up again. Now, I'm not saying I buy the bottom because I don't. I find the bottom, I isolate it, and then I look for 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I would jump in. Okay, so no for this one today. Sorry. What do we have next? Next. Sorry, I got 6, 7, 8 screens, and I have to look at each and every single one to find out who has a good question. G3, how you doing? BD, I see you. BE. Bartow, what is BE? Wait a minute, that's Bloom Energy. BE. It is Bloom Energy. Now, don't get me wrong, Bartow, it's a great company. However, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. The high of the year should be an excellent time for selling, not buying. Why would you buy the absolute high of the year? It makes no sense. Phil, how you doing? Thank you. Good evening, JM. I don't read these charts. Okay, I do vertical calls and puts. I'm just not going to show you here. So that guy, Jazz, wants to take a look at international paper. Ooh, interesting. Take a look right there. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? 36.89, the 37s are going for 50. That's more than 1%. Well, great. Now we did one step, two step. Now we're going to do three step, which is the last 90 days. So let's zoom on in. The last 90 days, roughly right about there. Same thing. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. I don't buy anything at the high. It just doesn't make any sense, only because we're here at 29, jumped up to 38. Now, that may not look a lot to you, but from 29 to 38 is $9. $9 on a $29 stock is right around 30%. So if this is a 30% jump, why the hell do I want to get into it? I jump out at 3 to 5%. I'm not going to jump in after a 30% jump. No, thank you. Sorry about that. Jim, Aboticon. Okay, cool. Bloom Energy. Yep, we already did that one. Service Now. Okay, NOW. Service Now. NOW. Oh, it's going to be a no. It's not going to be a no like no, never, ever, ever. It's going to be a no for at the moment, because look at this. Doesn't take a rocket science to figure this one out. Up, down. We have a new bottom right there. No, don't get me wrong. It's an awesome place to be, because once you find the bottom, she will eventually turn and go back up again. So now the 93 is going for 255, which is over 2.5%. Okay. So I'm not going to buy it for this week, but I will put it on the list for next week, because we're at Monday. Okay. If today is the bottom, I want 2 days of the upside. On the third day, I'll jump in. That brings me to Thursday. So I might as well just put this on next week. And yes, I do write shit down because I'm an old dude. Now, NOW for next week. Sorry, dude. Chops wants to take a look at Netflix. No, again, same thing. It's at the dirt bottom of the year. But you know what's good about being at the very bottom of the year? Especially with a company like Netflix. They get millions upon millions, people giving them money every single week. So we're at the bottom today. So I'm going to put Netflix down for next week again, because I'm looking for 2 days up, 1, 2, and then on the third day, I'll jump in. So no to Netflix for this week, but I am writing it down for next week. NFLX. Whew, this is going quick. Oh, scooch the camera. Sorry. This camera always have a tendency to be off just a little bit. Sorry, Dvorky. Service Now. We did that. 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 Oh, here we go. AJ Mama. AJ Mama, you told me you're going to send me your number so we can chat. Hello. How do you trade without using own money? How to start? You actually got to prove yourself and then talk someone into getting money from them to be able to do it that way. Forever Given. Thanks, James. It's been a long-term hold for me. Just know uranium will be important with AI and data. Yeah, I get that. Okay, but all right. Pause for a second. Forever Forgiven. I'm 62. It may be the greatest thing in 10, 20 years from now, 5 years from now. But that would mean I would have to go back to work to make sure I have money to pay bills. Well, I don't want to tie up my money. I don't care how good the company is. At this point in my life, I have no desire to buy and hold anything. Okay? Okay. Now, the reason I say that, I'm 62. Okay, fine. We all know that. Nobody is guaranteed a tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the best man at my wedding is now gone. His younger brother is now gone. My younger brother is now gone. Mike, who sat right behind me, there was Deanna Gordon. Wait a minute. It was Betsy Garfield, me, Deanna Gordon, then Mike Galvin. It went that way. Okay. But Mike, he's gone too. You take a look at the kids you went to school with, the kid you sat next to, the girl right in front of you. Okay. When they start dropping like flies, you start to realize your own mortality. So no, I don't, at this point in my life, I don't buy anything to hold. I buy it for cash flow with the intention of holding it long term. Because long term holding with stocks that increase their dividends and increase their profits, it's the absolute best worst case scenario. Think about it. If a stock drops, which they're going to, they always do, as long as they're consistently increasing their profits, take a look at the Dividend Kings. 5 decades. 50. Yeah, I'm not waving. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Increased profits year after year after year after year. How much crap have we seen in the last 5 years? We've seen, the last 5 decades, the last 50 years. How much crap have we seen? We've seen a lot. So the companies that are consistently making money, even though the stocks go up and down, the stock price is just that's just the public's perception of the value. To find out the actual value of the company, you have to take a look at the cash flow, the earnings, the the book value. What do they own? What do they owe? The balance sheets. What's coming in? What's going out? Are the profits increasing? Are the profits decreasing? What is their market share? Are they growing? Are they shrinking? So companies that have increasing for 5 decades, higher and higher and higher and higher profits, those are the ones I want to start out with, because I want consistent cash flow at my point in my life. Now, in my younger days, I might take a look at something like that because it has potential growth for the future. My future is basically easy street now. 1% a week is perfectly, actually a 0.5% a week would be fine by me. But hey, my goal is 1%. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah, I get it. Just started trading last week. Mr. Bean, good evening, sir. Nice for you to join up. Thank you, thank you. Andre the God, good evening, sir. Terrence, I see you there. All right, so let's keep on going. Hold on. We did Bloom Energy. We did Netflix. Oh, AJ Mama, you're going to send me your number and we're going to chat. Okay, hold tight. Chippy, we'll hold on to Chippy for a little bit. Okay, wow, there's a lot of people over here. Holy shit. All right, Mr. Sign Guy, we'll take a look at that for 1 second. Sit tight. Next one we're going to look at is going to be breaking down, blah, blah, blah. Be wise. Hello. How to trade without using own money. How to start. That's a tough one. Really, really, it is. My suggestion would be wise is paper trade for a while. Perfect the art of trading with monopoly money. Same thing. Monopoly, 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel, round, you go, collect, stop, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But practice. Michael, hello from Florida. I'm in St. Pete myself. How can I start? Keep showing up. What's in your portfolio? I got 7 of them. What do you want specifically to know? You want in my portfolio? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That is at the right time to buy. That's what I'm showing you. How to find the right time to buy for this particular strategy. Okay, this particular strategy, hold on. For those of you new here, glasses. Don't get old, it's no fun. For those of you that are new here, back in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter says to me one day, says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Now, I've been trading for about 30 years, but in 2008, about 18 years ago, she wanted me to teach her. Daddy, can you teach me? All right, so here she is. Just give a quick little check.
JC, and as you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, we're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from that'll help.
All right. Here's me. Same day, 18 years ago. Look at all that hair. Oh, where did it all go? Look, where did it all go? Yeah. All right. Now, as you can plainly see, I had to make it fun. I had to make it exciting. She's only 9 years old. How do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no her to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to come up with. So, 5 simple rules. You ready? Rule 1. You don't need to write them down. They're so simple, you're thinking, oh, that makes sense. Rule 1. Never buy anything you do not want to hold long term. If you cannot imagine putting your own hard-earned money and holding it for the rest of your life, you shouldn't be buying it in the first place. If you don't know what they do, you don't know what they make, you don't know what the services is, you shouldn't be buying it. Never buy anything you don't know and you don't understand. That's rule number 1. Pretty simple. For my 9-year-old daughter, it was never buy anything that's not on your list. And that would be right here, the list. I created a list for my 9-year-old daughter. What's in it? Dividend Kings. Companies that have increased their profits for 5 consistent decades. Every single year, consecutive decades. List number 2, Dividend Aristocrats. Companies that have increased their profits for a minimum of 25 consecutive years. List number 3, Dividend Champions. Similar to the Aristocrats with a little bit less rules, 25 years increased profits consecutively, year after year after year. List number 4, Dividend Contenders. 10 to 24 years increased profits. And then list number 5, anything on old Warren's list. Okay? To find these lists, it's simple. Go to Google, and in the search bar, you said Dividend Kings List 2026. Dividend Aristocrats List 2026, so on and so forth. The lists are free. It's not my list. Okay, someone else has been keeping track of it. I'm just using it because it makes sense. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Never buy something you don't want to own or you don't understand. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It just defeats the purpose of the game. And don't think that this is not a game. It is. It's just an adult game with adult consequences. If you make a stupid decision, you're going to lose money. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay, hold on, guys. If you're going to be having the microphone on, at least say something intelligent. Okay? Thank you. Rule number 3, to make sure the company is consistently profitable. Okay, why? Ask yourself the question. And it's a serious question, too. Why would you put your money into a company that is not profitable? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And we are going to find someone. I'm going to point you out. So if you want to take a look at a stock and you put it up on the screen, you better make sure it's profitable. If not, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm a Gen Xer. I really don't care about your feelings. Honestly, I don't. Okay? If you ever talk to a Gen Xer, we don't care. Seriously, we don't. We honestly don't care about your feelings. Facts are facts. Up, down, left, right, hot, cold, light, dark, however you want to look at it. Facts are facts, and I don't care about your feelings. If you're showing me a stock that's not profitable, I'm going to call you a bonehead or whatever. Besides the point. If you get offended easily, you shouldn't be here. Sorry. Rule number 4, weekly options only. The name of the show is Dividend Stock Talk. The subtitle is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. I'm 62 years old. I want consistent cash flow. Okay, my Social Security check is right around $589 a month. Barely pays my electric and my phone bill. Not the point. So the money that I've accumulated throughout my working life, my first job was in 1974 at Old Man Simmons Farm. I put in 5 decades. I put in 5 decades of work. I'm 62. I think I'm entitled to retire. So I took all the money I have and I make anywhere between 1% and 1.5% every single week consistently for the last 15 years. So now I feel compelled to share my information. Now, don't think this is just for you. No, it's not. I'm creating a video diary, a video log for my children and my grandchildren. So when I'm gone, they will know what to do in order to get any of the money that Papa G leaves behind. Okay? So I'm going to leave a shitload of money behind, and none of my children or grandchildren can touch it until they can prove to the executor of the estate that they know how to invest money properly. Yep, I'm a dick. Sorry. Papa G's an asshole. That's what they're going to say. 50 years from now, I'm going to be gone. My grandson's going to say, what do you mean I can't get my inheritance? You can't get it unless you can prove to the executor of the estate that you know what to do with the money. So yes, I'm doing this for my children and my grandchildren. And we are live streaming on 13 different channels. Because who knows where they could be in 50 years. Besides the point. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. What am I buying it for? What am I selling? What's the stock go? Where's the stock going? What should I do? These are very simple questions. We're going to go through all of them as we progress. I'm looking at Campbell's and Verizon. Okay, Braden, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Brader, the trader. Okay. That being said, so for my 9-year-old daughter, this was her list. Every single one of these little green dots you see on here is a company that's increased their profits for more than a quarter of a century, 25 years. Higher and higher and higher profits. It's like 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 17, consistently increasing year after year after year. Okay, there's only about 350. Okay, we check once a week. How many companies are there? Hold on. As of this week, Sunday, there was 11,313 different companies that you can invest in. You can invest in any single one of them. I'm only looking at 350 of them because only 350 of them have increased their profits for more than 2 decades. That's what I'm looking for. AJ's mama, you did send it? Sorry, send it again. Send it here on TikTok, okay? Because you may have sent it to someone else. All right, let's get rid of this. And what are we doing next? Next! Back to there. Back to here. Okay. Do you have a course? Yes, I do. So we can learn from scratch. How long is the classes if someone wants to learn? Now, Lucky, I appreciate that. Now, I say this every night. I'm not trying to sell you anything. We're adults. Go to the, what do you call it? You can go to the website, book a call. You can drop your number. Okay, whatever. You're on Instagram. So on Instagram, you can go to the bio, which have my email. You can email me your number, and I'll give you a call, Lucky. You're here every couple of nights. You need to give me a buzz, or I need to give you a buzz. Okay, now my 9-year-old daughter got the whole thing in 15 minutes. It's a simple strategy. Buy a stock, just, wait a minute. Did not realize stock O was a dividend aristocrat. Yeah, it is, because they've increased their profits for more than 25 years. But O Realty is a monthly optionable stock. So even though they've increased their profits year after year after year, I won't touch them because I can only do it once a month. That doesn't work for me. Does your daughter still trade? No, she doesn't. Now remember, I told you at 9 years old, she wanted to learn. Now, who said this? Brig. Brig, I don't know if you have any girls in your life, okay? Some of you women are going to be unhappy about this, and I'm going to apologize now. Really, I don't. I really, really apologize for what I say just because the way I was brought up. We Dividend. Well, we Gen Xers really don't care about your feelings. But here's the thing: when my daughter was 9, actually when she was 3, she was like my shadow. In 9, she said, "Daddy, can you teach me?" When she turned 13, Daddy was the devil, the ATM devil. Some of you guys understand what that means, and some of you ladies may put it together. You know what happens to a little girl at age 13. Okay? So from age 13 to about age 26, all I was a walking ATM. Okay? So that being said, she's just starting to come around now. She's 27 now, and she's just starting to come around now because she's realizing, you know, although she's cute and cuddly, Daddy and Mommy's not going to pay her bills anymore. She's got to figure it out herself. She said, well, I can't. I got to go work. I got to pay my bills. I said, welcome to adulthood. So she actually just coming around and starting to want to trade again. So, yeah. All right. So let's get back to where we were. So Netflix, I like it because it's at the bottom and they got literally millions upon millions of people giving them money every single week. For what? All they're doing is just taking a video and uploading it online and just letting people watch it. Okay, great, but they get millions upon millions of people paying them every single month. So yeah, no for this week, but look at where it is. It's at the bottom, and you cannot get any lower than the bottom because you all have heard it before. Buy low, sell high. You cannot get any lower than the bottom. So for those of you really serious, I'm pretty sure, I like to think, you have a notebook and you're writing some of this stuff down. Because I'm writing Netflix down for next week, and we're going to go on to the next stock. All right, Brader the trader wants to take a look at Campbell's CPB. Same thing. Not the bottom of the year, though, but look at where it is. Here's the bottom of the year. She shoots up. Now she's back here. Think about it for a second, okay? Brader the trader, think about this. The bottom of the year is here, $19.50. From there, she shoots up to $23.25. Not a huge. It's like a $4.50 move. Okay, but a $4.50 move on a $19 stock is over 20%. That's a 20% increase right there. Now she's coming down. They call that profit taking. Okay, bottom shoots up, profit taking comes down. It's going to consolidate down here, eventually turn around, go back up again. Eventually. So, yeah, I'm going to write Campbell Soup down next week because I want to see where the bottom is. And when it shows up, I'm going to jump in. Where's the bottom? Bottom bounce. There we go. Okay. And Verizon, you say, VZ. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Verizon. I do, but not this week also. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Coming down, not the bottom, but look, coming down right here. And again, I want to hold this thing for next week. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Here's your retracement, profit taking. Now we're here. Where's the bottom? Where's it going to turn? So I'm writing that one down also. Boys, what's happening? And Social Flyer, hello. Verizon, VZ. VZ. All right, I'm going to stop making lists to these organized a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay, so there. Cool. And what do we have over here? Nico, Cheyenne, Hika, Ella, Pierre, Rob Burke, Rolled Tacos, Gary Millaglore, okay. Angel Travala, edX, TikTok Nam, okay. Gen X Crypto Gal. Ooh, gotta love the Gen Xers. Crypto. You and I have to chat, hon. Seriously. DM me your number and you and I can chat. Cam, nice to see you again. CSW Fave, Johnny C. Florida Hockey Dude. Hi, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Frank Azari. Arazi? Wait a minute. Frank Arazi. Okay. Ruben. All right. Manuel. Okay. Jim Calvin. G-Man. Bruce. Steve Fitz, Ellie, Keith, Dewey, Thought Sun. Okay. Martin, Jerome, blah, blah, blah. Johnny Dollar, okay. Lucy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Chippy. Robbie Schroeder wants to take a look at Chippy. What the hell is Chippy? CHPY. It's a no, is what it is, for two reasons. Now, remember what I told you earlier? I don't buy anything at the high. And rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay? July, August, October, January. Now, don't get me wrong, it may be a great company, but think of elementary school. Remember 3rd grade, 4th grade, 1 + 1 = 2? How many weeks in the year? 52. How many months in the year? 12. If I'm making 1% to 2% for each trade monthly, I could do it 12 times a month, 12 times a year. That's 12 to 24%. I could do it weekly and get 50 to 100%. What do you think? 12, 52? I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't go in my favor. Never have, never will. I just don't do them. Sorry. I'm going to pause this right about, wow. Ooh. Bread and Butter wants to take a look at Kimberly Clark. Take a look at that in a minute. All right, we're right about here. All right, Leah. Oh no, Leah. I knew it. I knew someone was going to do it. I just didn't know who it was going to be. Okay, Leah had just volunteered to be the first turd of the day. Sorry, Leah. Now you may like the Qs. She wants to take a look at the Qs. Okay, Q, Q, Q. Now I have a huge amount of disdain for the Qs. Let me explain why. Number 1, I don't buy at the high. Number 2, I don't buy anything over $400 a share. This is $737. And thirdly, I don't buy anything that's not consistently profitable. Leah, I'm going to pick on you, and I'm sorry if you're tender. Here we go. We're going to put in the Qs. Q, Q, Q. And we're going to look at Yahoo Finance. Now, if you're serious about investing, you're serious about your money, you should have at your fingertips a financial website. I like Yahoo Finance. You can use Google Finance. You can use New York Stock Exchange. You can use Wall Street Journal, whatever. So here we are. Investco, QQQQQ, blah, 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 blah. What I'm looking for specifically, Leah. Okay? Historical data. Okay, did you see that? Historical data right there. So we want to take a look at the history. How consistently profitable, Leah, has the Qs been? If I'm going to put my money into the Qs, are they making more money every single year? More money, more money, more money, more money. It's either yes or a no. There's no cloudy crap. There's no participation trophies. None of that bullshit. It's a yes, it's a no. They're either making profits year after year after year, or they're not. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Historical prices. I want to look at the dividends. And the reason why I want to look at the dividends is because a dividend is a portion of the corporation's profits that they give back to the investors. Okay, now the QQQ may or may not be a corporation like a service or a product, but there is someone in charge and they do pay dividends. And as it goes up, you get more money. As it goes down, you get less money. Simple, right? So let's see how consistently profitable the Qs are. So I want 2 decades. Remember that? 2 decades consistent profit. That would bring us all the way to 2006. And here it is right here, 2006. Okay? The very first dividend of 2006, 2.9. Very first dividend, 2.9. The very second dividend is 2.6. So read these numbers for a second. 2.9, 2.6, 2.3. Wait a minute. To be profitable, you have to make more money than you did the previous year. So why is the number going backwards? Hold on, I'm going to get to these questions, okay, guys? Like, don't think I'm ignoring you. I just got a lot on my plate. So, Leah, let's check it out. You ready? For the fun of it, Leah, let's check this out. We're going to do it this way. The very first dividend in 2006 was 29. Lower, lower, higher. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher. Explain that one to me. But wait a minute. It gets worse. Watch this. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that says 2008. Let's go to 2008. Right there. Lower, higher, higher, lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leah, this is not looking good. 11 times it's gone down, and we're only on 2011. Watch how shitty this actually gets. All right, 2011. Okay. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, 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 higher. Ooh, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings us to 2014. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 2014. Let's move 2014 right there. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, higher, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And that brings us to 2016. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm going to stop now. I think I've proven my point. We're on 2016, and we still got 10 more years to go. But this thing has gone down 5, 10, 15, 19 times. And we haven't even gotten past 10 years yet. It's not consistently profitable, Leah. I don't buy anything where I'm losing money. It just doesn't make sense. And you can't tell me it's not losing money because the dividend is a portion of the company's profits. So as it increases, so do the numbers. Okay? So as the company makes more money, they increase their dividend. If the dividend increases, the profits increase. If the dividend decreases, the profits decrease. It's actually that simple. Let me show you something that you might find a little interesting. This is what I like to look at, Leah. Something like this. Now, this is Microsoft. We all know who they are. Let's go all the way back to 2006. Okay, 2006. Okay, Leah, watch this. 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75. I'm going to quit there. Year after year after year, every single year, Microsoft, more money, more money, more money, more money. I don't care if the stock goes up and down, up and down, up and down. That doesn't mean anything. Is the company making money? Stock price got nothing to do with profits. Profits are profits. Okay? You can find them right here under the summary. Or you can go under the statistics. There's a lot of information you can find, but QQQ is not consistently profitable at all. Sorry. Chops, we already looked at Netflix. User 8888, we already looked at now. Leah Chat, is that a company chat? Or you won't have a conversation? Okay, so no to the Q's. Bread and Butter, Kimberly Clark, KMB. Now, believe it or not, Leah, Kimberly Clark, 5 decades. Hold on. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Every single year. Hi, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll show it to you right here. Hold on. Kimberly Clark, KMB. Let's go all the way back. There you go, right there. whoops. Kimberly Clark, KMB. Let's go all the way back to 2006, 20 years. Okay, 46, 50, 55, 57, 63, 67, 70, 77, 80, 84, 88, 92, 97, $1, 103, 107, 114, 116, 118, 122, 126, 128. Every single year for 5 decades, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, every single year, higher and higher and higher and higher profits. Kimberly Clark, hell yeah. Let's see what it looks like. I got a little distracted, sorry. Okay, so here's Kimberly Clark right here. No for this week, sorry. Here's your top, here's your bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, we missed it. Okay, a couple of weeks ago maybe. Right there, see? Here's your bottom, 3 days up. That's where I would have jumped in right there. Okay, I probably would have jumped out there. I don't stay into the top. Sorry, I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't pick bottoms and I don't pick tops. I find the bottom, wait 3 days, jump in, and then after 1 or 2%, I jump out. Sorry, there's 11,313 different companies all doing the exact same thing. They may not accomplish the exact same thing, but what are they doing? They're trying to make more money this year than they did last year. Some of them do it, most of them don't. I only like the ones that do consistently increase their profits. Now, don't get me wrong, bread and butter. I love Kimberly Clark. I do, just not this week. Sorry. What do we have next? Ooh, Brader the Trader. Do earnings date matter during a weekly option? Yes, yes, and no. Let me explain that to you for a second. So, Leah, hopefully that made sense to you. And I don't mean to pick on you. Well, I kind of do, because I told you earlier, if you put up something that's not profitable, I'm going to call you out on it. Earnings date. All right. So, Brader the Trader, let me tell you something, and it's as simple to understand. Stocks move for one of two reasons. That's it. One of two reasons. Reason number one is what's called an unknown reason. Something you can't plan for. Something that just happens. Act of God. Hurricane. Flood. Tornado. Blizzard, or something that you can't control. A lawsuit. A death of one of the key employees. That's something you cannot plan for. You can only react to it. The second reason is what's called a known event. Unknown event, we have no idea what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. It just happens. A known event, dividends, earnings, conference calls, splits, economic daily events, liquidation stuff, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff right here is scheduled events, and it pulls up on the calendar. Okay? Earnings. Let's take a look at earnings. Let's get rid of dividends and earnings. There's earnings, only 4 companies. Schmuckers, Medtronics, Ben Franklin, and McKesson. Do I rely on earnings? No, I don't. The reason why I don't rely on earnings is I've seen positive earnings where stocks drop. I've seen negative earnings and stocks just shoot up. Earnings aren't as consistent as dividends because the dividend has a tendency to increase the value of the stock. So before the dividend is paid, stocks have a tendency to go up in value. Let me quickly show you. Right there. All righty. Whoops. We don't want that chart. We want this chart. All right. Dividend, stock went up. Dividend, stock went up. Dividend, stock went up. Dividend, stock went up. Stocks have a tendency to go up in value right around the dividend play. That's why I chose the dividends to share a strategy for my 9-year-old daughter. Simple, safe, predictable, because we can go right to the calendar, and the calendar tells us what stocks: Stanley Black & Decker, Expedia, McDonald's, Ben Franklin, Lennar, Pepsi, Kimberly-Clark, Abelmount, Chubb Corporation, Nordson, Medtronics, Stanley Black & Decker, Coca-Cola, T. Rowe Price, Ben Franklin, Cincinnati Financial, so on and so on and so on. Companies that are consistently profitable year after year after year after year after year. I can keep on going, but I think I made my point. Next. Okay. All right, we did the cues. So, Miss Leah, I apologize for picking on you, but I did warn you. Okay, 888, we already looked at now. Chops, 24, we already looked at Netflix. Leah, is chat an actual company, or are you just saying you wanted to chat? CHAT, chat. No. Sorry, kiddo, I don't do monthlies. July, August, September, December. Okay, monthlies happen once a month, which is 12 times a year. And if I'm trading once a month, what the hell am I supposed to do with the rest of my time? Okay? All right, what else do we have? Bartow, thank you for that. Print your ride. Nucor, huh? N-U-E. N-U-E. Now, didn't I just say I don't do monthlies? July, August, September, October, December. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work. Rule 4, weekly options only. Dvorky, scooch camera a little bit left. We already did that. Achilles, how are you doing today? Ryan wants to take a look at SoFi. S-O-F-I. Now, I personally don't like SoFi. Let me explain to you why I don't like SoFi, Mr. Ryan. Here we are, back at Yahoo Finance. I'll show you why I don't like SoFi. S-O-F-I. Okay? Number one reason I don't like SoFi is no dividends. They don't share their profits. So how are we supposed to know if SoFi is a good company or not? Serious question. If they don't share the profits and they don't have dividends, how can we tell? You know how? We got to read 20 years worth of quarterly reports and annual reports. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the summary for SoFi. What am I looking for specifically? One number specifically. And that's right here, earnings per share. Okay, so they have positive earnings. Yay. All right, what else can we look at? Statistics. Here we go. Statistics, something else we can look for. Now, I want to see is the company profitable. Okay, so they have positive earnings. That's a good thing. Now here, what am I looking for specifically? Revenue. Okay, revenue per share. Okay, now this, I don't know how you want to feel about this one, but the stock is $16.86 a share, about 17 bucks. The revenue is $3.27. It's one of those numbers that's very important to understand. So about all the shares they have, how much money do they have coming in? $3.27 per share. Okay, now slide all the way down the bottom. What is their book value? Now, if you know anything at all about bookkeeping or profit and loss statements or income statements, you know what money goes out, what money comes in, what is the actual value of the company, or what is your net worth. To figure out your net worth, what do you own? What do you owe? Okay? So you sell off everything you own, you pay off everybody you owe, and what do you have left? Well, what you have left here is $8.44 a share. So it's actually an $8.44 stock, because that's all it's worth, $8.44, strictly by the numbers. Okay? $16.88 is the current stock value, but the company's only worth $8.44. No options. Not options. No dividends, so they don't share their profits. So this is what you call a growth stock. So I don't really like it because I don't do growth stocks, because the numbers just don't work for me. And let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, easy to see. Here's your 30-day high, your 30-day bottom. She shoots up, pulls back, back up. Now she's coming down. So, yeah, I don't like, but it is what it is. Okay? Do you check dividend dates first or after? On your steps, where and when you check the dividend dates. All right, Lucky, I was just showing you. Hold on a second. You'll love this, Lucky. There it is, Lucky, right there. Okay? This is today, which means tomorrow, Cincinnati Financial is paying their dividend. End of the week, Medtronics. Who's having a dividend next week? Right here. Ben Franklin, ESS, Illinois Toolworks, Nucor, O Realty, Cardinal Health, General Dynamics. I look at the calendar, Lucky. Seriously. The calendar tells me what stocks I'm looking at. So if the dividend's coming up next week, I'm not looking at this. I'm not looking at those. I'm not looking at these. I don't care about any of those. Their time is come and gone. There's 12 months in the year, 52 weeks. We've already got the dividends for this company, this company, this company, this company. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at this because before the dividend pays out, the stocks go up. So knowing when the stock moves up, that's what I want to look at. Hopefully that answered that question. Next, Sweet Dan. I see you seen something there. All right. All right. QNC. What the hell is QNC? Jay wants to take a look at QNC. Now, if I have to say, what the hell is this? Oh, hell no. Come on. No options. Weren't you paying attention? eBay. Kissable. How are you doing today? eBay. Dude, look at that. High of the year. Now she's dropping. Not this week, but keep your eye on it. As soon as she finds a new bottom, she'll turn around and go up. What do you think? All right, back over here. QNC is going to be no. Bartow, Soundhound, really? 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 Okay. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, sideways, 688. 688. The 7s are going for 15. That's 2%. If you like Soundhound. Enza! How you doing there, kiddo? Nice to see you. Bartow, let's take a look at this baby. Last 90 days. Oh, that's pretty easy to see. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, no. Don't look that good. I don't know. Down, up, down, up, down. Not this week. Aubens. Aubens wants to take a look at Oracle. ORCL. Oracle. Ooh. No. Coming down. Okay. Here's your bottom. Shoots up. Now she's coming down. Now, I like Oracle, so I'm writing Oracle for next week because, hey, it's at the bottom. ORCL. So maybe Oracle will look better next week. Thank you there, Miss Enzo. Sweet Dan, thank you. Camera is better. All right. Dinbisha, good evening. New core steel, 13.7% of my high school classmates have passed away. Ouch. I'm feeling you, brother. Now, I don't know exactly how many of my classmates, most of my classmates were dicks. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not, I wasn't on the football team. I was on the soccer team. And the soccer team really, back in the 80s, really wasn't a big thing. So we really didn't get very much accolades, or we didn't get very many dates, so to speak. But it is what it is. And all the cheerleaders, I hope they're fat now. They were rude and ignorant back then. They're probably just as rude and ignorant now. Print Your Ride, we already looked at that one. Andrea, Nike, NKE. Ouch. Nike's going to be a no. Only because, look at where we are. Here's your top, here's your bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. She went up, down, big drop. Now we're just going sideways. 43.19. If you like it, it's paying 85, which is 2%. We haven't found a single good one today. Holy cow. We got to start looking. Moni. Oh, Realty's a no. AJ Mama, I'm sorry if I didn't see it. Okay. Nucor's a no. Nucor's a no. We already did it. Thank you there, Chaz. I'm going to grab a seat. Getting old crap is for the birds. ENPH. Noah, what is ENPH? Whoa. End phase. Now, I've never heard of it, so I really can't tell you too much about it. But let's take a look at the numbers because that chart looks kind of interesting. Okay? Okay. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. And then here, this is the important part. There's the top. Here's your profit taken. Now it's bouncing and going back up. Awesome. I want to zoom in and see that. That looks neat. 22 would be right there. Here we are, last 30 days. That's easy to see. Up, down, up, down. Here's your bottom. Here's 1 day up. Here's 2 days up. 52.40 to 52. Oh, hell yeah. That's going for over 4%. Let's do this one. This is number one. Number one for the day. Yeah. End phase, whatever the hell this is. End phase. Okay, get rid of that. Now we're going to change it to covered call. And we want the 53s right there. One contract, just so you get an idea of what it looks like, what it sounds like. I tell everybody, read it out loud so that it makes sense and you're not hitting the wrong button. One covered call, ENPH, 26 June. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 53 call option, 276 is the profit, 5,000 is the investment. We're going to need the calculator for this one. Uh-oh. I remember the last time I did this. Oh, okay. Calculator. Right there. Right there. Right there. Alrighty then. To find out your rate of return, you need to take the profits, right? Max profit, divided by your investment. Now, remember the part where I said I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable trading strategy? Well, check this out. I know what my profit's going to be. I know what my investment is going to be. I know what my time frame is going to be. I know basically everything I need to know in order to make a decision. It's going to be yes, it's going to be a no, one or the other. First off, always, 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 remember rule one, never buy anything you do not want to own. So if you don't want to own it, don't buy it. It's actually that simple, isn't it? That's weird. All right, I got to change that. I don't even know why I'm putting it over here. There's nobody in this place. There's nobody on Facebook. That's weird. Well, that Facebook channel. I got 5 Facebook channels. Nobody on that one. All right. So here's the profit, 276. Here's my investment, also known as the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. Now, this is only a 4-day trade. 4 days. If I buy it tomorrow morning at the current price, $53.49, and I sell a covered call, the 53s. Now, this is where it gets weird. Okay? I'm actually going to buy it for $53.49. I'm going to sell it for less than what I paid for it, 53, and I'm still going to walk away with a profit as long as the stock stays above 53. Okay, 276 the profit, 5,000 is my investment. What's this look like? 276 divided by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 5,024. 5,000 24. It gives me a grand total of 5%. I gotta write this one down. 5%. Hell yeah. All right, what is this one? ENPH. ENPH 5.4. 5.4. Okay, that works. All right, let's do this one. We save this one. This will be number one for the night. We got to find 5 of them, which means we might be here a little later. All right. While that's doing that, let's clean this up. Who just signed in? Alan. What's happening, Alan? Nice to see you. All right, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Go back to that. Go back to that. Come on, that. All right, there we go. Here it is, ENPH. Damn it. There we go. Try it one more time. One covered call, ENPH. 26 June 26. That's 4 days away, this coming Friday. The 53 call option, remember what the stock price was? Right there, 53.40. So if I buy it 53.40 and I sell it at 53, I'm still walking away with a profit, 276, and here's my investment. Well, the rate of return for 1 week on this one is 5.5. All right, 5.49, same thing. $5.4. Whoops. Whatever. That one. This is for Tuesday. Right. Next, what do we have next? Uh-oh, fishing habits. Wants to take a look at Tesla. Tesla. MSTR. Chaz, your ride will be a no right now. Can't tell if it's bottom. True. Okay, Rams Clips wants to take a look at MSTR. Why? MSTR. No. Bottom. Sorry. Don't get me wrong. You know, here's the top. Here's the bottom. No. Now, don't get me wrong. If you like it, write it down. Once she turns around, why not? What is this one? MSTR. New core steel, flat fishing habits. Got it, get it, good. New core. All right, fishing habits wants to take a look at Tesla. TSLA. Now, here's the thing about Tesla. Tesla doesn't have any dividends either. But I do trade Tesla because there's no getting away from that maniac. I just call him a maniac because he's always doing something, always doing. Oh, okay, so here we are right here. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Easy to see, the 405s are going for 8. That's 2%. Hell yeah, let's do this. Look, last 30 days. Easy to see, down, up, okay? 405, 405, 825. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Now, covered call. There it is. The 405. Oh, 40. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Pause. Okay. Last trade was 405. The market maker is now at 401. So if we do the 4, let's do the 4. Okay, the 4. All right. We're going to do the 4 right there. Now, this one's going to be a bit pricey because it is $400 a share. And 100 shares, well, here you go. Okay. Tesla, 26. That's this coming Friday. The 400 call option. $9.59 is the profit. $39,000 is the investment. Let's see what the rate of return is. Calculator. $9.59. And we're going to divide that by the investment. Remember the investment? Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 39,000. Now, for those of you who aren't quite in the 6 digits yet, okay, I'm 62. I got 5 decades in. So hypothetically speaking, after 4 or 5 decades of consistently working, you should have at least 5 to 6 digits. 50,000, 70,000, 100,000, 200,000. By the time you hit 60, by the time you're ready to retire. Because I have no idea, any of you, what your situation is. I can just tell you what my situation is. Okay, so being an employer years ago, believe it or not, I used to be a CEO. I owned my own manufacturing company. But besides the point, the money that I've earned and put away has to last me the rest of my life. So I have to make sure the choices that I make are safe and predictable with a very, very minuscule chance of losing. Okay, so 959 is a profit. Cost of the trade plus commissions and fees, 39,000. Let's see what it looks like. Divide 39,000 gives me a grand total of 2.4% for 1 week, for 4 days. Okay, remember, tomorrow's Tuesday. Monday's already gone, so we got 4 days left. Can we still make 1% on just 4 days? Well, Tesla is offering 2.4%. So you need to ask yourself the question, do you like Tesla? Do you like it enough to put in 40 grand of your own money? Well, because that's what it's going to cost. You play with Tesla, yeah, you're going to need some big chunks. It's not as bad as some. I mean, I've seen some that's a hell of a lot higher than $400 a share. All right. Here we go. Tesla! Yeah, baby. Doug. Okay, you know what we're going to do? Tesla is TSLA. We're going to take a look at TSLL, which is an ETF attached to Tesla. No, I do that one also. So let's take a look at that one next. Try it again. One covered call, TSLA, 26 June. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The $400 call option, 959 is the profit, 39,000 is the investment for 2.4% profit for 1 week. That's number 2. We need 3 more, and the clock is ticking. 2.4. Now, we're going to do TSLL because it's very much almost the same as TSLA. And it is a lot more affordable for some people. Same thing, look, the top, the bottom, where was it, where is it, up, down, up, 1340, the 1350 is going for 45. That's a nice number. Let's take a look at this one. All right, covered call, there we go. We want to do the 13s, there it is. One contract. There it goes. You ready? Here we go. One contract, TSLL, 26 June, 4 days away. The 13 call option. The stock is at 1310. I'm going to say it again because I think it's funny as hell. And I can say it over and over again because I think it's funny as hell. I'm going to buy it for 1308. That's the current price. Sell it less than what I paid for it and still walk away with a profit. I think that's freaking genius. Selling something for less than you paid for it and still walking away with a profit. Love it. Anyway, let's see what those numbers look like. 62 is the profit. The investment, 1,238, gives me a grand total of 5%. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. All right, so as soon as I'm done with this, I got to tell you guys something. Okay, while that's setting up, let me clear this out of the way. Okay, so it's kind of important. kind of important. Let's do this one first, then we'll get to the important stuff. Important stuff is important stuff. One covered called TSLL, 26 June. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 13 call option, $62 is the profit, $1,200 is the investment for a 5% return for 4 days. Now, before we go on, I do have to tell you that there are risks involved. You're not guaranteed to make money. I'm not anybody. I don't have any license. The only license I have is a license to drive a car or a motorcycle or a boat. That's it. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay? I only look at the numbers and read them back to you. None of this is to be considered as investment advice. None of this is to be considered as anything other than entertainment. Okay? So if it makes sense to you, do your own research. It's simple questions. Do you like the company? Do you think it's someplace you feel safe putting your own money? Because at the end of the day, you ultimately are in charge of whatever decisions you make. Okay? Just make good decisions. Make good choices. All right, so we said 5% for this one. And I got one more thing to tell you guys, okay, before I forget. All right, and this is important. Okay, so I love talking to people. I do, and I like helping people out. I'm at that point in my life at this moment where I want to share everything that I've learned in the past, because I think it's a major sin if you take what you have up here to your grave, because I think in the next life or wherever's next for me, what are they going to use with all this information? So I want to make sure that I pass along this information. Sorry, I have to delete people every once in a while. So I got to tell you something, and the reason why I'm deleting this person. Social Lily, the ATM devil. Yeah. Okay. Now, Social Lily, do you understand what I mean by that? When my daughter turned 13, you know what happens to little girls when they reach puberty. Okay? Daddy was only good for money and rides. That's it. Money, rides, that's it. Didn't come to me advice. She didn't want to trade with me anymore. She didn't want to do anything with me anymore. That's it. Yep. All right. So, as I was saying, I love talking to people. I love helping people out. I will help you for free. DM me your number. I will give you a call. Go to the website, book a call, and I will guarantee I will not try to sell you anything. It's like every single night. Very, very rarely will you ever hear me say, buy something that I have, because I don't do that. I want to share education, and I hate it when people say, hey, is it okay if I pitch you? You've been here all night. I have something to sell you. I think it should be. No, I'm not going to do that. We're all adults. We know how it works. I'm here sharing information. You want to find out? DM me your number. I will call you personally. But be leery. There are, as of last count, 37 people pretending to be me. So, if you think you are having a conversation with me via email, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, whatever, no, it's not me. I do not communicate that way. I am so old school, pick up the phone and reach out and touch someone. That's my way of doing it. You want to have a conversation? Great. Pick up the phone. If you think you're talking to me in email, you're not. You think you're talking to me through a Snapchat or a text message, you are not. Unless you actually pick up the phone and hear my voice at the other end of the line, you are being scammed. Sorry, it is what it is. There are people out there that want to take advantage of people looking for something. And if you're looking for something, great. I have a lot of information. I give it away freely. But what I don't do is I don't tolerate people who try to, screw other people out of money. It's an uncomfortable situation. I'm a big believer in karma. That being said, what are we looking at next? We already looked at eBay. We already looked at that. James, we look alike. All right. Thank you. Look at my PFP. We have the same face as almost we be twins. Okay, here's the thing, and it's really disturbing. Okay, now this is one of my dark secrets of my life. My father was a musician. He was a lead singer in a band in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So you probably know where I'm going with this. Yes, there's somebody out there that looks exactly like me, which we call that an illegitimate child. Okay? So if you know someone who was a lead singer in a band, you know how roadies can be, and you know how fans can be. So yeah, there is someone out there that looks exactly like me, almost my exact same age too. My mother told me she met him. Anyway, let's keep on going. But that would be interesting. DM me. We could chat because you never know. We could have the same father. Because seriously, I do. I have somebody out there that looks exactly like me because my father was very promiscuous. As far as last time we checked, it was 13 children. 13. Most of them are half brothers and half sisters. Anyway, so let's keep on doing this. New core, we already said no to that one. Old realty is a no. I like that. Make money, make you money. I love that one. That's cool. All right, keep on going. Sweet Den, thank you for that. Thank you. Became all right. Who's this? I can't even read that, but all right, thank you. New cool, we did that one. Moderated, blah blah blah. Jay Pfizer. Okay, let's take a look. PFE. Pfizer. PFE. No, not this week, Jay. Now, don't get me wrong, Jay. I love Pfizer. I do. But take a look. Okay, here's your top. And here's your bottom. Now, the nice thing about Pfizer, Jay, if you really like it, take a look. We are now, actually, yesterday was the bottom, or Friday. Gap down, bottom, today's a little bit up. But that's a good place right there. That's one day to the upside already for Pfizer. So Pfizer could be a possibility to early next week. All right, so I'm writing it down. All right, got that one. Horseman wants to take a look at DRAM. What the hell is DRAM? Hell no. Altria. Now that looks better. Okay, sorry, Horseman. That was just, oh, hell no. Sorry. All right, here's the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down, up, down, up. Ooh, what? Ooh, yeah, look at that. The top drops. Now she's shooting back up. 69.50. The 69 is going for 103. The 70, no. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Altria. I do. M.O. Altria. Love it. But it's not offering me 1%. It's offering me less than 1%. Sorry. It's just strictly a numbers game. It's got nothing to do with the company whatsoever. It's a nice time to buy it. It's bouncing off the bottom. It's easy to see. The top, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. It's easy to see. But if I buy it at 69.51, the 69 is going for 103. I take off that 51. Now I'm walking away with 54 cents. That's not 1%. Sorry. No to Altria. UK Gold Signal. How are you today? Print your ride. New call. We're looking at this. Show us how to track our wins and losses. You're going to need a spreadsheet for that, dude. Sorry. Okay. Now, user 6111811808635. Okay. I don't know what your parents were thinking when they named you, but here's the thing. Okay. If this is how I track my account. Okay. If I have $100,000, my goal for this week would be 1,000. So here's the Gen X part of me. You ready? I either make it or I don't. That's it. That's how I track how I'm doing. Okay? Now, I'll have anywhere between 4 and 10 different positions in a $100,000 account. 10 positions, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, so on and so forth. If I make $1,000 this week, I've hit my target. Great. Now what am I doing next week? Simple enough, right? SanDisk is going to be no. Okay. Who asked for SanDisk? Munch. So how much to, oh, so much to learn. Not really. Munch, remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. Okay? Munch, are you ready? Rule 1. Never buy anything you don't want to hold on to. Come up with a list of companies. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list, that's about 350 different companies. You take all those companies, cut and paste them into a calendar. The calendar should look similar to this. Okay? It's called an EX dividend calendar. That's it. You pick a good company, put it into the calendar, and the calendar will tell you what stocks to look at. That's it. And it's either going to be a yes or a no. The stock's either going up or it's going down. Stocks go up, stocks go down. That's it. You either like it or you don't. The numbers work or they don't. There's not a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. Jimmy SC, SanDisk, really $1,000 a share? No, thank you. Think about it, seriously. Jimmy, how many people do you know will put $100,000 or more into just one position? Okay? Preston, thank you, Preston. Take two. Take two. Really, Preston? TTWO. No. That was quick, wasn't it? Okay. The bottom, 205, shoots up to 250. It's at the high. I don't buy anything at the high. Sorry. Peter Hylian, never heard of it. Plus, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Tony, Advanced Auto Parts. No. Okay. Dropping. But if you like Advanced Auto Parts, she's almost at a bottom, which hypothetically she should turn around. Please look at Costco. Why? Why do we want to look at Costco? $950 and it's dropping like a rock? No. Okay? AI agent. Seriously, take a look. Why are you not seeing this? $1,100 drops back up, back down. Why do I not buy something as it's dropping? That makes no sense. Okay, wow, what's happening in? Bread and Butter 44 wants to take a look at RTX. Look at the weekly. Why? Why would I want to look at the weekly? It's dropping. It's going down. I don't care if they get flowers, roses, candies, chocolates, and other things. It's dropping. Why the hell would I want to buy it when it's dropping? No. Okay, fair enough. Think about it. Seriously, stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down. When it's done going down, like this, done going down, and it turns around and goes back up, maybe. But as it's dropping, hell no. I do this every day. So when it stops dropping, then come talk to me. At this moment, I don't buy anything as it's dropping, and I don't buy anything at the high. It's a simple strategy. Let's go back a little bit. All right, check it out. Okay, down, up, 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 down, up. That's all it does. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. So why would I want to buy it as it's going down? Wait a little bit. Don't be impatient. It's coming down. Eventually, it'll find a bottom and turn around and go back up. Then it might be a maybe if all the other numbers work. But until then, not today. Okay? But thank you for your input, though. RTX, bread and butter, RTX. RTX. We got 15 minutes left, and we got to find 2 more companies. This one's a no. Again, it's dropping. Same thing. Same thing as that last one we just watched. Drop, up, down, up, down, up. Now it's coming back down again. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the company, but not today. Tyler, can you do Wendy's? No, Wendy's is a monthly, isn't it? WNDY, WND. No. Anybody knows Wendy's off the top of their head? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody knows Wendy's off the top of their head? Becky, how you doing? Nice to see you. All right. How to put dividend companies into the calendar? Buck Jr., do you have a Think or Swim trading platform? If you do, it's relatively easy. Up over here where it says watch list, right there, we want to click on that. First thing we want to do is get rid of this. Hit that, hit this, and down here it says create watch list. So you hit create watch list. Okay, in the red box you put whatever you want to put in there. Right? Once you do that, add symbols. You can put them in one at a time, or you can import through a list, a CSV list, comma, separated value, cut and paste stocks right in there. Hit the save button, boom, and then you're good to go. That's it. It's as simple as that. It took me a while to learn that one. Next, WEN. Wendy's, WEN. Okay. It's at the bottom of the year. Why would you? Okay, hold on. If you like Wendy's, seriously, if you like it, it was at $12.50. Now it's a 50% drop. It's at $6.17. The 6 is going for 20 cents. But what I don't like about Wendy's, what I don't like about Wendy's, 0, 0, 0. What that means is stocks go down, they go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? When it's going down, if you try to sell a covered call for less than what you paid for it, you're going to end up losing money because they have 0 options that are paying 0. Okay? I hate when people do this. All right. AJ, how do you find stocks that have weekly options? AJ Mama, that's an awesome question. The question was, how do you find stocks that pay weekly options? CBOE.com. Life is better with options. Check out our latest commercial. CBOE, Chicago Board of Options Exchange. Search. Weekly options. Right here. Available weekly options. Here they all are, right there. Let's fix this. All right. What do we have? Oh, check them all out. All these are weekly options. That's all of them. Whole bunch. Okay? That's how you find them. Papa G is in the building. Thank you there, Ryan. All right, let's get out of this. Let's go back to this. Back to where we were. All right. Roxanne, how are you doing today? How do you find stock? Well, we just did that one. Tim, thank you for that, Tim. Roxanne, thank you. Saying Lashes wants to take a look at Poet. P-O-E-T. Unfortunately, here's your top, and she's dropping. If you like poet, give it a little bit of time. MRAM, what is that? MRAM. Saying lashes, MRAM. MRAM. No. Okay, the reason why is a no. Number one, it's dropping also, but it's a monthly option. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Taylor, you have 200 shares of Wendy's. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that means, but Wendy's was a no for me because the options really aren't that great. Bread and butter. Do you have a rule, maximum amount of green candles like the 2 up before buying? Nope, that's about it. Goldman Sachs, hear me out. They bought Burger King in Japan, which is a #1 competitor of McDonald's. Does it look good or bad? Okay. Goldman Sachs, GS. No. No, wasn't that simple? Now, the reason it's a no is because I don't buy anything at the high of the year, and I don't buy anything at $1,100 per share. Now, you can buy it if you like, but $1,100 per share? No, thank you. Lorelei, CSWC. No. Now, Lorelei, the reason it's a no is I don't do monthly options, July, August, September, December, because there's only 12 months in a year. 12 months in a year means I'm only making 12 to 24%. That's going to be a no for me. Option harvest. Recognize the hype man before even seeing the name. Not quite sure what that means, but okay. Option harvest. Ryan. Okay. All right. Ian, good evening. Lorelei, or already holding these weekly positions. Oh, okay. Codfish, CrowdStrike. What is that? Preston, we already looked at SoFi earlier today. Okay, so let's go way over here, see what's going on over here. Kyle, Steve, Gert, Jensen, Joel, Gayut, nice to see you again. Super microcomputer. No, I know it's a no because I've seen it lately. I don't buy anything at the high, especially for $1,200 per share. No, CVS? Joan, CVS. No. Again, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. It just makes no sense to me. JM wants to take a look at CMG. Isn't that Chipotle, CMG? Interesting. We missed out on an opportunity last week. Okay. Top, bottom, she shot up. Now you get your profit taking. Went from 28 to 33. 28 to 33 is over $5. $5 on a $28 stock is over 20%. So no. Okay, she jumped up 20%. Now you get your profit taking. When it's done, then we might look at it. Do you have a rule where you did that one? Do you first look at the weeklies that have EX dates that week, then look back for a stock in that list that has 3 consecutive up days? Is that how you filter through choices? Right. The way I filter my choices, I have 2 criteria. 2. Number 1, are they consistently profitable? So there's only about 350 different companies that are consistently profitable that fit what I'm looking for. 2, do they have weekly options? That's it. 2 criteria. Consistently profitable and weekly options. That's it. And then I want to look at the chart. It's either going up or it's going down. That's it. And I only want to be in for 4 or 5 days. So that's why I do weekly options. In, out, thank you very much. I'm trying, are you anything yearly, monthly, weekly? I have no idea what that means. I'm trying, are you anything? What does that mean? I'm trying Are You Anything? Yearly, monthly, weekly. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand what the words mean individually, but in the context of what you use, I'm going to read it again slowly. I'm trying Are You Anything? Question mark. Yearly, comma, monthly, comma, or weekly, period. That makes no sense at all. Lorelei, we already looked at CSWC. Buck Jr., I think that's funny too. Ian Jackson, Owl. Wait a minute. Owl. OWL. Ooh. Look at your last 30 days. All over the place, but now she's dropping. Wait for the bottom to show up. They always show up. Poke her. Really? Poke her? No, actually, it's not poker. It's like playing poker. It's poke her. That's weird. Okay. TE. What is TE? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's take a look. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. I'm going to say no to this before I go any further. And the reason I'm going to say no to TE poker is because this thing was $1 a year ago. Okay, I'm a firm believer there's no way on God's green earth a stock that was $1 a year ago has 20 years, 2 decades, 20 years of increased profits. It was $1 a year ago. I don't care about this. A year ago, it was $1. There's no way it has 20 years of increased profits. Companies, yearly, monthly, weekly. I have no idea what that means. How do you choose strike price? I can't believe that's even a question. All right, how do I choose my strike price? Can you believe this question? Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to call you out if you ask a question that's so silly. So, AT&T, $22.10. If I'm buying it at $22.10, I'm going to sell it for $22. It's the closest strike price to what I'm paying for. If I buy it for $22.10, I'm selling for $22. I'm collecting 31 cents per share. Now I'm losing 10 cents right off the top, so I'm walking away with 22 cents, 1%. That's it. How do you choose? Well, paying this with the closest strike price is right there. Now I could go for the $22.50. That's paying 11, which is more than 10. Okay, that's how I do it. What time frame are you choosing to chart these companies? Now that makes more sense. What time frame? I told you earlier, 1-year chart, 90-day chart, 30-day chart, and then maybe a seasonality chart. ENPH. ENPH. Don't we have like one more to find? That's it. Enphase, we already did this one. CVS, we already did that. T-Money, we already did AT&T. Enbridge, oh hell no. SMCI, come on, give me something good. Tell me something good. Here we go. Okay, maybe 35.46 to 35.50s. Okay. SMCI, ugh. Last 30 days. What do you think? Seriously, what do you think? 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Where was it 30 days ago? Where is it now? Look at this. Up, down. Now she's going up. There's 1 day up. There's 2 days up. Great. Let's do this one. Even though I don't like it, I'm going to do it anyway. All right. Get rid of that. Covered call. We're at 34.87, so I'm going to do the 35. That makes sense. One contract. There it is. Here we go. It's 11 o'clock. Here's our numbers. Are you ready? SMCI, 26 June. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. 202 is the profit. $3,300 is the investment. What is the rate of return? Here we go. 202 profit. Remember, max profit, 202. What is my investment? Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $32.98. All right, divide $32.98, grand total of 6%. If and only if you like SMCI. So let's save it. 6.1. This might be the last one of the evening. Could very well be. We only do 5 a night. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Change this to that. Go back to there. And let's look at these numbers. Damn it, this is number 4. We need one more after this. One more. Come on. One covered call. SMCI. 26 June. 35 call. 202 is the profit. $32.98 is the investment for a 6.2 for 4 days. If you like MCI. Always, 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 do you like the company? Do you think it's someplace where it's a good idea for you to invest in? DRAM would have higher premiums. I don't really care if DRAM has higher premiums. It's a no. The numbers just didn't look right. 6.2, you say. We need one more. This is 4, 6.2. One more. Who's got it? Enbridge? Hell no. DRAM, we already looked at it. It was a no. Mince Jason, 1% profit a week isn't enough for me. See you later. Have a nice day. DRAM is an at all-time high. Also, it just started a fund this year in April. Oh, hell no. CVS, we already looked at CVS. We just did SMCI. GRPN. Groupon, GRPN. No. Okay, Miss Anberg. No to Groupon. July, August, September, October, January, December. Those are months of the year. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work in my favor. How do you sort to find stocks that are consistently profitable? I can't believe you're asking me that question. You ready? Here we go. Dividend Kings. Companies have 5 decades of increased profits. Dividend Aristocrats. Companies that have 25 years increased profits. Just like the Aristocrats, the Dividend Champions have 25 years increased profits. The rules are a little bit different. Then we have list number 4, Dividend Contenders. Companies have 24 years or 10 to 24 years of increased profits. Then for the fun of it, list number 5 would be anything on Warren Buffett's list. Because I like Warren. Why not? 5 list I just gave you has about 350 different companies. That's how you find those lists. All right. This ain't entertaining. Oh, Shrevey, I'm sorry about that. TSLL was a gem for the night. Thank you. IVZ. What the hell is that? IVZ. Hell no. QTUM. QTUM. Hell no. How about QCOM? I bought that one this morning. Okay? What do you think? QCOM, 221. Okay. Covered calls. Currently at 217.50, right there. One covered call. This is going to be the last one of the evening, and then we're going to call it a day. Here we go. You ready? Number 5, QCOM, 26 June. That's just coming Friday, 4 days away. The $217.50 call option, $1,500 is the profit. $20,000 is the investment. Okay, we just did Super Microcomputers. Who's that one? Univision. We already did that one. Joel, how you doing? Gayut. 00754. Cam, how you doing? All right, Bobby. Josh Mo, good evening. Bobby, I'm at the money right now. Okay. Bobby, NASDAQ is going to be selling. Don't know, don't care. Ooh, Josh Mo, Kinder Morgan. Yeah, I should have came up with that one earlier. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers on this. All right. Profit, 1565. That's a nice little profit. Divided by the investment, 20,185. Comes with a grand total of winner, 7.7. Woo, nice. 7.7. That's the winner of the day. Okay, let's save this one. This is the last one of the evening. Alrighty, alrighty. There we go. QCOM 7.7. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah. All right. What else do we got? This ain't entertainment. Well, I'm terribly sorry. Still confusing. Terribly sorry there, dude. Q-Town, we already looked at it. It's going to be a no. So, Shrivi, explain to me why this is confusing. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be educational strategy. Cool. Josh Mo, Shark Week, Chaz, blah, 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 blah. Moderated, thank you, thank you. You would be great to game show host. Well, righty then. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, Bill, IVZ, we looked at it was a no. SMCI, we already did that one. James, BX. Ooh, Sarah, BX. Hold on, let me finish up with this one first. QCOM, there we go. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, Bill, today we have one covered call of QCOM. And if you order today, June 26th, which is this Friday, you're going to get a 4-day free read to $217.50. 4 days away. $1,565 per contract. So each contract you get, each contract is going to be $20,000. Yeah, this is an adult game. Yeah, this is not for children. How many children do you know have $20,000 to invest? Okay, fine. 7.7% for 4 days. If and only if you actually like this company. 7.7. 7.7. Yep, 7.7. There you go. That's it. 5 for the night. Lashula. Hey, man. Hello. Invesco. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. Aaron, ExxonMobil. We're actually going to look at it tomorrow night. It's past 11 o'clock. I've done my time. So let's call it a night. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. See what we have. Any simple questions? Okay, got it. Good evening. Good evening. What's the play to watch for the 23rd? You mean tomorrow? Don't know. Groupon, Miss Anberg. We already looked at that. It's a no. Ooh, Sid, FedEx. I like that one. Josh Mo. I love Kohl's, but not for this week. MU, Isaac. We already looked at MU. Joan, we already looked at CVS. Sid, we'll look at FedEx tomorrow. HG. Oh, let's look at that one tomorrow. Bought 897 shares of Intel at 21. Okay. Isaac, you do realize it's not a profit until you take it, right? RCL, we'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Kinder Morgan, we'll take a look at tomorrow. I would sell a put on the stock. Yep. Bobby, I got you, no? I got you, no. Okay. Bloomberg Terminal is the best. I have never used it before. Now, Bobby, I wrote a book about 18 years ago, Choosing the Right Trading Platform for Your Style of Trading. I came up with the best one for what I'm doing, Thinkorswim, which was Thinkorswim, owned by Tom Sosnos back then. And they got changed. 1% weekly. Yeah, love it. Thank you there, Tim. How can they go down 19 times over a 10-year period? Over a 10-year period? It was a 20-year period, by the way. Okay, Bobby? 20-year period. Okay, from 2006 to 2026 is 20 years. Okay? And how can they go down? Because the option, not the option. The dividend gets paid every 90 days. So it's 4 times a year. So 4 times a year, 20 years, that's 80 times. So 19 times over a 20-year period, that's easy to do. And I just don't like it because the Qs aren't consistently profitable. It doesn't matter how many times they go up and down. If they go down, that means they're losing money. Ooh, D.H. Horton, Action Auto. I like that one. FedEx, maybe tomorrow. Broadcom, maybe tomorrow. Calls tomorrow. Wendy's, Jonathan. Come on, Jonathan. You've been here long enough. You know that Wendy's is going to be a no. Jazz, it's a weekly. Yep, got it. Got it. Yes. Don't feel bad. This has to be pre-recorded. Of course it's pre-recorded. That's why I'm reading your comments and saying it's pre-recorded. Phil, thank you there, Mr. Phil. Charlotte, thank you. Lorelei, weekly div. Okay, but still a no, Lorelei. Okay, you got to remember, Lorelei, I'm looking for something different than what you're looking for. Isaiah Man, I just started investing today on Wealth Simple. Cool. Moo Feelings, Costco. We're gonna look at that one. Core Labs, maybe tomorrow. Lorelei, thank you. You're welcome. Costco, Kevin, you're welcome. LRCX, maybe tomorrow. All right. Come on. All right. LRCX tomorrow. AT&T already did that one. Dvorky, do any of these expensive stocks have cheaper clones like TSLL? Some of them do, yes. How do you choose a strike price? Whatever's closest to the purchase price. Keep on keeping on. Nokia, Kevin, nice. Clayton, how do you choose? Already did that one. How do you? Okay, please ask the question only once. Riley has 2 days up. Yes, it does. All right, Cap, that makes no sense. What you trade, I trade a lot of stuff, basically stuff that's profitable. You said you never sell for a loss. No, I don't. Okay, what you heard and what I said are 2 different things. I said I'm going to buy something and I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it and still walk away with a profit, is what I said. Absolutely. Thank you there, Nick. It's not a loss once you add the premium in. Clayton, NNE. Let's take a look at it tomorrow. Brandon, Odell. Okay, hello. Vale has 2 days up. Ooh, we'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Why not the 23 calls make 90 cents per share? Clayton, I'm not quite sure which stock we're talking about at the moment, but thank you. NNE, we'll take a look at that next time. JP Morgan, ooh, I like that one. Brandon, 6.1%. Okay. NNE, wow, okay, thank you. What do we all think of SpaceX? Ask me in 19 years. When it has 20 years of historical performance, then come ask me. Clorox is a monthly, Mr. M. Okay. Sammy, VST. Ooh, next time. Michael, oh, yeah, too new, too predictable. Thank you, the sweet Den. Anberg, thank you. Saber, yes. Whoever wants to invest. All right. Medtronics. Okay, we already looked at that one. FedEx, like that one. Thanks, James. Have a good night. Noah, thank you for that. Talk to you later. Come on. All right. We already did Tesla. Oh, no. What? Okay. TSL. What was the last one? QCOM. All right. NOI. NIO. Nigelbees. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow, okay? Navar. I can find those screenshot pics on James. It's on Google Drive. It is? I didn't know it was on there. Qualcomm. Not boring at all. Very educational. Thank you there, Miss Roxanne. Alex, how are you doing today? Wonderful, wonderful. SVD, okay. Thank you. SpaceX, no, it's too new. Intel, great, we'll look at tomorrow. Can you show today's list? What should I short today? Can't give you that answer. Thank you there, Phil. Good night, thank you. Good night, short SpaceX. Yep, Honeywell. Ooh, I like it. Can you send me your calendar? Alex, it's not my calendar. It's actually Think or Swim. Oh, we're almost done. How can they? I already talked about that one. Giovanni, Steve. Oh, Josh Mo. Joe Schmo. Good night, all. We'll take a look at that one tomorrow, Joe. Coles tomorrow. Lucy, how you doing? Mike, finest jewelry. All right. Me, sign guy. But you still lost 40 cents if you get called out. You have to add in the premium you've collected from the stock option. Once you put the premium on along with the purchase price. So your purchase price, yeah, you're selling it for less, but you're making more once you add the premium into the into account, to the math. It's just a math problem. Sometimes the strike right above is better return. Absolutely. Because I'm looking for, Roxanne, I'm looking for safety. So the strike above is what's called in the money. One strike in the money. It's usually a safer trade. What should I short today? Alex, I can't tell you that because I know nothing about you. Okay, if you want to have a conversation, DM me your phone number. I'll give you a buzz and we can chat. That way I can give you a better idea of what answer you're looking for. But I can't give you an answer if I don't know anything about you. Elizabeth, how you doing? Maiden, how are you? Abraham, doesn't Tesla break your $20,000 rule? Not necessarily so, because you have to take into consideration what is Tesla going to do in the next 10 to 15 years. There's absolutely no way you're going to get away from that boy. That boy is doing so much, and he has a goal that he's driving for, to habitate Mars. So as you can see, that's what he's working towards. He'll get there, but he's not going to disappear. So you can't ignore it. Some stocks, even though I don't like them, you just can't ignore them. Gene Tix, what's going on? KJ, thank you. Demule, okay. All right, LRCX, we looked at that one. Good night. Oh, wait a minute, that's it. We are done with all of the questions. There's no more left. That's it. All righty. So you guys have a great night. We're going to need some mood music to close out, and that would be right here, and get that out of the way, and right there.
It takes 90 seconds for this NASA-engineered AC cool down your room. It's smaller than a toaster, cools any room in 90 seconds, and uses just a fraction of the energy of a...
You
There we go.
dream in stars.
All right. You guys have a great
Dive
night.
into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies, no one dares. In your hands, the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide, charting seas wide with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your spark, the dreamer who lights up the dark. James,
4. 5344. Mini, yeah. Uh-oh. Alrighty.
You want to know why men don't talk about their feelings? Because when a man tells a woman how he feels, then the woman's going to react with some way about how she feels about him telling her how he feels. And then he's going to end up having to console her for how she feels, for him telling her how he feels, when in reality he just wanted to feel understood, and now he has to take care of her feeling. Not get any consideration or understanding for him trying to explain to her